Hello YouTube, my name is Raina, and yes, I am back to talk about The Legend of Vox Machina, Season 3, Episodes 1 through 3. Now, I may say some spoilers for this campaign or future campaigns, so keep that in mind when you're looking at my reviews of this particular show. Just keep that in mind. So, anyway, my thoughts on the first 3 episodes, they were amazing. They literally hit the ground running and waste no time for all of our characters to get back into the foray to go and fight against these dragons. But I'm loving that already out the gate. We are seeing kind of like the tension in the group, the frustration with how to handle these dragons and in which way and to trust, Raishan, who is part of the Chroma Conclave. And should we trust her? Should we get her help? I mean, she is on the inside, but I'm loving that Keyleth is the one that's kind of really mistrustful of her, considering all she has done to Vox Machina and trying to kill them. But I'm really loving that. I'm loving the relationships that we're getting finally with Vax and Keyleth and with Vex and Percy. They've been bubbling up, since the first 2 seasons. And I'm happy with the dynamics that we're getting also with Scanlan and Pike. It's always been really complicated with Vax and Keyleth considering their responsibilities, Keyleth with her Aramente, Vax with his newfound, his pinnage to the Raven Queen and what does that mean for him and everything. And I'm loving how they're adding with Vex and Percy kind of her, what do you call it, insecurity of being in a relationship. We've seen, how her childhood was. It was not ideal. And she doesn't really have a representation of a healthy relationship to look up to because her parents, her mom died and then her dad was abusive and, they ran away when they were little. So I understand why she reacted the way she did after her and Percy did the do, And yes, it went down just like that in the campaign. Laura Bailey, who voices Vex and also who played her in the campaign, did just that. She had her character take off her clothes and, got Percy in the room and they did the thing. And, it was just as surprising and just as chaotic as it was in the episode. But I really loved how they paralleled them with Vax and Keyleth, because it's just like that in the campaign. Like, Percy and Vex will go off and do the do. And then, but, you have Vax and Keyleth really, talk about, what's their position in the world and their destinies and can we be together, can we not be together, and I want to be with you, I love you. And it's been like that. And specifically with Scanlan and Pike, considering Ashley was not able to be at the table for the whole campaign, they have to kind of make up story for Pike in this part of the story. And I'm liking where they're going, where they're starting with it, especially with her and Scanlan. And also with Scanlan, seeing his complication with his daughter, him messing up, and we're kind of building towards a certain point with the character that I will not spoil, which I would not spoil, but I'm loving how they're building that up. They've been building up since season 2, and we're really seeing the beginnings of it in these first 3 episodes, especially in the third one where Scanlan is trying to kiss Pike. Pike says no, and he's just been messing up and kind of is feeling lost and don't know what to do because he's never, he's trying to connect with his daughter, never had this big responsibility. He has to kind of be serious and has to take it in. And someone who's never had to deal with that, how do you handle something like that? And plus these dragons, and everyone's relying on this team to fight these dragons, and it's a lot of weight on everyone's shoulders, and like I said, we're seeing the tension, we're seeing, kind of the group trying to, come together and, come up with the plan to beat these dragons and to do it as a team. But, things do get in the way, feelings get in the way, and everything like that. So I'm just loving how they're incorporating, the campaign storyline and bringing up new stuff that we haven't seen in the campaign. And I'm really enjoying that this season, and that we're seeing more of the supporting characters like Allura and Kima. We're seeing more of Gilmore. I'm loving that. It really feels like the whole world I mean, I felt like the whole world was lived in, but I'm loving that we're seeing the whole world being lived in. And I'm loving that, we're introduced to a new continent called Marquette. It looks fantastic. It looks really beautiful. I'm loving the atmosphere and how it looks different from Taldore. We're opening up the world a little bit here, and I just cannot wait for more. What are your thoughts on the first 3 episodes? Leave your comments down below, and bye, YouTube.